Welcome to Marta Ritzy Fit Coach channel. Here I'm going to show you another interview with one of my clients where she's explaining why now she's putting herself first, the challenges she's met over the years that we've been working together, and now she's trusting the nutrition, adding tracking into her regime to make sure that she's getting her protein, her carbs, her fats, right? As we teach her how to use macros, how to say no, and how to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Check it out and enjoy. We're doing a quick interview here with one of my clients, Anne, and we'll do a little intro and then we'll go into some questions. Anne, how are you tonight?
I'm okay, thanks.
Thank you so much for taking this time. We're going to be going through your journey and what you've been going through. So, you've been with me for 3 years now, and this journey didn't start smooth, right? Right?
No.
As a lot of journeys, right? At the
Yeah.
beginning, we're like, this is what we want, but along the way, we figure out maybe this is what I need, right?
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
the first couple years, food wasn't actually part of the formula.
'Cause I
And
thought I
now,
knew everything.
right? So, which is understandable, right? We're trying to get into a routine, first of all, right, with training.
Yeah.
I see you once a week online, just like this, and
Yeah.
we do your workout, and then you do the other workouts on your own.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But then along the way, you found out that nutrition, maybe we had to pay a little bit more attention to it,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
how has this last year been for you?
This last year, my body it feels so much better. I know I've been tired, and I know I've struggled up and down this year due to family concerns, but I've been so focused on routine and consistency of my workouts and tracking my food that yes, I've been stressed out with my parents, but um, working out has become my time, and I'm becoming much more, no, I can't meet you, I have my workout, I will meet you in the afternoon. So I'm becoming much more disciplined, and I want to use the word selfish, but selfish in a very positive way. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? In the
Hmm.
sense that, no, I need to make sure I feel good, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to take care of my family is if,
Exactly.
is if I
And
feel
and
good.
just like you mentioned there, if you're watching here, Anne is the sole
Yeah.
caregiver for
Yeah.
her aging parents.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is a huge responsibility, right?
Mhm.
Similar to even of having young children, a
Mhm.
lot on the body. And so let's jump into our first question. All right. So, looking back at your journey so far, what have you learned about yourself, your strengths, your patterns, or the way that you respond to challenges?
You know, it's funny, Marta. A few years ago, what I would consider my strengths are actually now my weaknesses, because I would just plow through, plow through, plow through, plow through. And to me, that was a strength. And unfortunately, in the workforce, that's still seen as a strength. You know, she will do everything and anything. And now um, I'm learning to say no, or not yet, a little bit later, or tomorrow. And that has really helped me cut out a time for me. I can't do everything. And years ago, that was a strength. And now I would say the strength is admitting that I can't do everything. I need to make sure my health is okay. And then I can help my parents, but at the same time, still say no whereas before I could never say no.
And you know what's interesting what you say there, as a person watching you on
Yeah,
the other end.
yeah,
In fact, I want to jump in and say some of things that you've changed over the last
yeah,
2 years, especially. In the
yeah,
first year, you would be like, I would ask you to lift heavier, and you're like, I don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
I can. But now, when I ask
Now,
you to lift, you're like, all right,
yeah,
let's
and
go.
I know full well that I will, when I do it again, I will start where we started, knowing full well that I might try it even higher. Whereas before I wouldn't try it higher. Stick to where we were, and that would be okay. Yes,
Right?
yes, yes,
Because over the last 3 years, we've been working on progressive overload.
yes,
So
yes.
that is also a big, like what women kind of struggle with is understanding where they can push themselves, how much they can push themselves. Meanwhile, you just said that what you thought what your strength was to just keep plowing
Mhm,
and not stopping, but now it's
mhm.
bringing more awareness and changing that around
Yeah.
towards the weights.
And I've learned to understand too that you want to increase your weights. Let's say you give me 6 exercises, but I might not increase the weights in all six. It might be five. It might be three. It might be that I'm exhausted on the first day, and I can't increase any of them by more than 2 pounds or something. And judging on my fatigue or no fatigue, you can kind of figure out where you're going with how much weight can you overload. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And be happy with, okay, this is all I've got in me today, and that's all you're going to get from me today. And be
Yep.
happy with the fact that I did it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. All
Yeah.
right. Let's go into the program, right? So, in what ways has the program supported you or changed you, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, and which part has had biggest impact?
See, physically comes through the weights, but and the nutrition. Because, like I said to you the other day, when I eat too much junk food, it affects my joints, it affects my gut, it affects my mind, and holy Hannah, it's hard. And if I'm eating well, then those weight days are so much easier, because I've got a body ready to service me. So what part of the program? This is hard because it is because again, the weights and the nutrition has helped me physically, yes, but it's the mental and the emotional too, in the sense that like I often text you, I tell you my steps. I like looking at how much calories I've burned because it's quite noticeable that you burn more on the days that you do your weights, and it's like, whoa, what a difference. But if I've had a bad day, if I got a ticket driving or if mom and dad have acted up, I can say that. I'll just put a quick thing, good day, bad day, things were good, things were rough. And it's knowing that I can send you these messages and they're really not going anywhere. They're going to you. They're not going to a group. You don't know my parents. You're not coming back to my parents to say anything to them. So it's very freeing.
Yep, and that's the part of the accountability and the support
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
provide to my
yeah,
clients is that
yeah,
having that third party that's,
yeah.
non-judgmental, nothing at all,
You're my
somewhere
third party. You're no one else's third party in my family, and that has made quite a difference in my ability because we have some really good chats while we're working out. The chats that we have on nutrition, on mental health, they're very stimulating. I don't know what your chats are like with the other people, and they're probably geared toward what is best for each client.
each individual.
All
Yeah,
I know is that our chats are very intriguing and very intelligent and very encouraging.
good,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's go into nutrition, as you were mentioning there.
I had tuna today.
Ah, that was a challenge. That was
It
a
was
challenge.
because I don't eat fish and I had to hide it in cottage cheese, sweet potatoes, and beets just so I would know it's not there. And the concoction
But
tasted very nice.
you tried it, but you tried it. All right. So how has your relationship with food and your mindset around nutrition?
I love using that macro app. I love it. And what I tend to do is the night before, I plug in, I'll never forget the day, and I didn't believe it until I really recognized it, was that we're creatures of habit. And yes, so I know generically what my breakfast might look like, my lunch, my dinner. I might not know the exact numbers, so the exact numbers will go in when I weigh everything. I like the fact that you can work backwards, in the sense that, like, I took my parents to Tim Hortons today. I knew they would be upset if I didn't get anything. So I got a holiday sugar cookie and I worked backwards in the sense, okay, if you're going to eat this, you have to take away this or you have to take away this. Or so knowing what I'm going to basically eat in advance helps me put in that odd treat. I still sometimes have a problem in the sense that I don't eat the sweets as much anymore because with the tracking, I can't handle it as much, the sweets. So,
Mm,
so when I do have them, like I said, it affects my joints and my gut and my brain. I just feel so sluggish because at those particular, there's the odd time that I just can't stop at one. Very rarely anymore. Very rarely. But it's like, and you have the one and that's it, That's why we don't keep a lot of junk food in the house. Mom was the junk food eater. So with her not eating it for her health, it's really helped. I love that app because of the backtracking. That's so easy to do. Like if you plug in a treat, then you lose so many other things. And it's like, yeah, but I want that too. You know what I mean? So it's a
yeah.
judgment call. It's a judgment call. But it's amazing how much you can eat. And
Hmm.
knowing that you're tracking it, it's like, oh my God, look how much I ate today, but within my limits.
Yeah. Oh,
And
and then speaking of that, I had you at a certain amount of calories, right?
yeah,
Because to work on, you still need to fuel, you still need
yeah,
to make sure that you're eating enough.
yeah,
But
yeah,
there was still a hesitation on
yes,
increasing your
yeah.
calories because,
You had me basically, let's say 1800. And all summer I ate 15, 16. Mentally in my brain, I had such a hard time. 1800's too much. 15 sounds so much better than 1800. And it wasn't until the end of the summer I was exhausted. It was like, well, I want to try that. And you said to me, well, you can't even get up to this weight. How can you? So my focus has been to eat the calorie amount that you said to eat. And boy, oh boy, it's a lot. But two, I don't feel hungry and I love eating. Right? But
and you
I
have more energy to
That's
lift.
yeah, I do, and I have more energy in general, and I have more energy. I've been lifting heavier, even more so since eating the calories that you told me to eat. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure.
Um, and
Yeah.
and how was that mentally, like just the number of eating a little bit more?
The
How did that?
first few times was hard. It's like I can't eat this much. But then now I find it very easy. I'm usually short about 50, but I'm okay. I accept that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Again, these are tools for us to use in
yeah,
order to, one, again, make sure we're eating enough,
yeah,
right? A lot of
yeah,
women, when they first start, they say they're eating enough. But
yeah,
then we get to tracking
yeah.
and they're
Well,
like,
then I
oh,
was eating too much fat. My protein was very fatty. So now, I don't eat a lot of like this. I don't eat the sausages or the female bacon or anything like that anymore.
Right.
You
So
know what
you're
I mean?
going towards leaner proteins,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Right.
and quite frankly, I could eat chicken all day. I'm okay. Chicken and steak, and now tuna.
All right. A couple more questions.
Yeah.
Accountability and consistency. We already touched on a little bit of those too, but what have you discovered about what helps Anne, stay consistent and accountable, and what strategies have worked best for you?
Well, I think it helps that I was an athlete all along. Like during Ironman, I always had what I was told what to do each day. So now I'm told what to do, but I get to choose, and it's a little bit more flexible. Okay, I have an appointment Wednesday. So Wednesday will be my recovery day instead of Friday. I'm able to stay consistent with my 4 workouts, like minus your workout,
Mhm.
because I can wiggle it around my appointments and things like that. That has helped a lot. Getting down there, I tend to now, my alarm goes off. I get my breakfast, my dad's breakfast, my mom's breakfast, all the coffee and tea, and get it all set up. And then we sit and chat. And then in a half an hour, I heat up my mom's breakfast, and then I get dressed. So I need to know what I'm wearing, and I need to know where it is the night before. And I need to be dressed by a certain time so that I know I have wiggle room to get down there. And I tend to wake up once a night to go to the bathroom, and that's when I take my thyroid pill. Because I work out in a gym in the condo, we have to book 3 o'clock. You can book 24 hours in advance. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm booking for the next day just to make sure
Right.
I get my time. Like I'm
Setting
not,
yourself up for
yeah,
success, right?
yeah,
Having that plan and
exactly.
along with your training plan, right? You have
Yeah,
your nutrition, your
yeah,
macros. Okay,
yeah,
so something I
yeah,
want to also open up here is that it's macros. So you're allowed to eat whatever you want,
yeah,
right? There's no
yeah.
restriction, but it's
No,
awareness that you've learned like what has where can
yes.
I focus on protein?
Yeah, because even though you can eat whatever you want, yes, I could fill up all my carbs with cake. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I know from my past that if I eat cake all day, I'm going to be aching the next day and crashing really badly. That you can eat whatever you want, really, you can't. You can't.
Well,
You can
you've
have
already
the
brought that
option.
up. Yeah, you've brought that
Yeah.
up twice now, right? Like
Yeah.
if I eat this, I will feel like this.
Yeah.
If I eat this, I will feel more
Yeah.
energy, more rested.
Yeah.
So it's understanding and listening to your body,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And saying like that does not help me.
No.
So if we're
No.
eating foods that aren't helping, how is
Mhm.
that going to help us get closer to the goal,
Yeah,
whatever the goal may be?
and I find too, like on the recovery days, there's this little voice too that wants to, and you're not working out today. You really shouldn't eat as much today. But again, I remember you saying, "No, you're fueling for the next day," and I never have 2 days in a row that I'm not working out. No, you need to eat because you're training tomorrow, and that idea makes me consistent in the macros. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, it
Awesome.
really does. Yeah.
Awesome. For if the viewers watching, Anne was a triathlon athlete. She
Mhm.
is a retired teacher. So her life, she understands busy. She
Yeah,
knows, right? She knows even how to push her body, but and she would be the first one, right, to say,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
push your body too much, we're going to fall into
pay for it.
complications,
Yeah,
injuries,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Maybe even malfunction of thyroid
yeah,
glands, right?
yeah,
Because of the overuse,
yeah,
under
yeah,
eating, a
yeah.
lot of that stuff.
Because
All right.
it was in my 40s, Marta, that my body crashed and burned during that last Ironman, and I was eating baby food. I didn't know what to eat. It was unbelievable, and
If you were to go back to your 40s,
yeah,
What would you tell yourself?
Well, now I know what I can eat and what cannot eat in order for my body to function. I have 3 pages of food allergies and a lot of sensitivities, and I have the thyroid issue, and I have the cortisol issue, and the liver issue. So I know now how to treat my body better. I remember we were given a schedule. You could either do the advanced training or the immediate training, but you would still be able to attain your Ironman goal. And more than likely, I should have done the intermediate training because I also didn't know the back issues I had. So I would kind of decrease my training so that I'm not crying in my sleep from exhaustion. I would know now what foods to eat as opposed to back then. I didn't. And I would see back in my 40s, Marta, like that's perimenopause and no clue back then what it was. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I know all about it now. I know
Mhm.
about menopause, I know about perimenopause, and I'm seeing a naturopath now. And when she asked me, "Why are you here?" I said, "I need to make sure that I said, I'm 60 years old. I need to make sure my 80-year-old body will be in good shape." And that is one of the reasons why weight training is so important. And for your bones and for your muscle mass. I can lift my mom up now if she falls, but I need that muscle mass for my bones when I'm 80. I need to she's checked my thyroid and the T4 is not transferring into T3. So even though I've been on the pill for 10 years for thyroid, it's not working properly. My cortisol level is through the roof, which would explain why for the past few months too, I'm completely exhausted and yes, the strain of my parents got really bad. My liver isn't functioning properly. So she's added a desiccated thyroid hormone to my doctor's thyroid pill. I'm getting IV vitamins to help to push at a faster rate the zinc and the psyllium for the thyroid.
Mhm. Yep, yep.
Yeah, and I'm taking severe migraines, so I'm taking the Q10.
Q10,
Yeah,
yep,
that one.
CoQ10.
Yeah,
And this is something that we've recently, like you mentioned, you had taken it years
yeah,
ago, but this is something
yeah.
that we've recently added into
Yes,
your regime along
yes,
with your naturopath,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
you're taking care of yourself in
yeah,
all the areas needed.
yeah. I
Weight,
need to. I need
yep,
to. I don't have a family other than my parents. So I need to be able to function as an 80-year-old knowing that I may not have anyone to help me.
but
So,
even with women watching this that have the family,
yeah,
remember, as women, we put a lot on our plate.
yeah, and we
We
don't like to ask for
tend,
help.
we don't ask for help, and we tend
Yeah.
to be making sure that everybody else is
Yes,
taken care of. We're
yes,
still at
yes,
the last
yes,
one,
yes.
right? So
A lady said to me the other day in the pool, I said, "Well, I'm kind of busy." I said, "I have appointments for myself, for my mom, and my dad." And she looked at me and she says, "Well, just get rid of all your appointments and tend to your mom and dad." And I looked at her and I was telling my physio this, and he says, "Yeah, and if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to have the strength to take care of your parents?" I said,
yep,
"Exactly. I couldn't get over the selfishness of this woman." You know what I mean? I
yeah,
said, so I didn't say anything to her, but I just thought, "Oh my goodness." It's
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, but that's the mentality of a lot of women. No, just focus on everyone else and be the saint.
That they'll take care of you one day.
Yeah, yeah, you know?
Right.
Oh
All right.
god.
Last one, and thank you so much.
Yeah,
All right. When it comes to strength, stress, and overall,
yeah.
when you reflect on your progress so far, because this is not stopping,
No, it can't.
right? With
No.
your strength training and managing stress, because
Yeah,
that has been an area that we've had to really look
yeah,
at.
yeah.
What has been the most important lesson or realization that you're carrying forward?
Questions are hard, Marta. You know, the question that you ask on Fridays, which I haven't done, is
Oh,
what
yeah.
are you proud of?
Yes.
Yeah. It's it's when I put me first. I guess I've never known that I could put me first. You know, even as a child, I did not come first. I didn't know I was allowed to. And now I'm realizing that I am allowed to. And it's not just a matter of allowance, it's a matter of must. I must put myself first. I have to take care of my health in all the different ways so that I can help my parents, I can be there for my friends, I can enjoy life, and I can be there for myself later on. It's not an issue of I'm allowed to do it. It's you have to. As a teacher, I never put myself first. The kids always came first. Yeah, like you have to. You do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Amazing. And thank you. And just to, I guess, finish it off, I know you sent me some of your stats today.
Yeah,
And this is along with, like, yes, the goal was weight loss at the beginning,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
But along the way, we've learned that we had to build muscle, the
yeah,
eat to make
yeah,
sure we have
yeah.
fuel,
Well,
right?
because I think I've lost more weight now that I'm eating what I'm supposed to be eating the amount. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I think
Isn't
I'm
that
losing it.
funny how that
I
works?
know, I know. It takes a while to trust you there. Well, it's a society, you know. Don't eat too much. Don't eat like a rabbit, you know. And it's like, no, I'm losing it quicker now that I'm eating more.
And so there's two reasons. One, you've built muscle,
Yeah.
and two, you've increased your metabolic rate.
Yes. 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 It's so
Okay,
fun to watch that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the only way we're going to increase that metabolic rate is
Yeah.
to get the calories in.
Yes.
A
Yes.
lot of women are so concerned about losing, so they're in
Yeah.
deficit forever
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not understanding maintenance and
Yeah.
not understanding that they need this food to function
Yeah.
for your
Well,
hormones.
like I'm 60. I did not go through, I've only been in menopause for 2 years. So my naturopath considers myself as having as late menopausal, like I was late. And when they did the blood tests and the hormonal testing, I came back as if I was still ovulating. And I said to her, "How can this be? How are my results like this?" She says, "You do not need hormonal replacement." And she says it's because of your nutrition and because of the weightlifting, your management, like with the vitamins and the collagen and the creatine, you know?
Would
Yeah.
you say that your transition into menopause has was smoother because, well, that's one question.
It's been
Smooth.
easy peasy.
Do you
I
think it had to do with lifting weights and the nutrition?
Yes, because I talked to some of my friends who are still teaching, who particular ones eat a lot of junk food and the night sweats. And I've heard through a lot of people, oh, you know what? On the days that I eat really well, I don't tend to have. I've never had a night sweat, and I've never had a heat flash, a hot flash. And I truly, and the naturopath even said, the better your nutrition, the less menopausal symptoms you'll have. And the only menopausal symptom I've really had is the sleep issue and my hip pain. But the hips have strengthened so much from the weightlifting. The sleep is now actually getting better. She switched me from magnesium citrate to magnesium glycinate, and Dad and I have gone back to walking at night. We didn't walk at night in the summer, and but that late afternoon walk seems to get me set up, you know.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Anne. And I hope
Thank
that if
you.
you are watching this, that it gives you inspiration, motivation, and maybe even a thought to add in that resistance training. Maybe
Oh, for sure.
changing up your nutrition to help
Yeah.
throughout perimenopause, menopause, and even aging gracefully.
Yeah. No, for
Right?
sure. For sure.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Anne. And
Thank you.
have a great evening.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.